How's it going, everyone? We got Sweet Podcast episode number 5. We got the silent one, Frankie Whispers, in the house.
What's going on, everybody?
The Fight Swami, Jeremy Matakin.
Yo.
And Sexy Man, Stephen Mears, looking sexy as can be tonight with your IBJJF baseball cap on.
That's right.
Can I touch your abs just before we start?
Supporting.
Yeah, I'll sign them for you, and we can take a photo after the recording.
You want to sign your own abs?
I'll sign my own abs. And
you can sign your abs.
We'll periscope
and
it.
then I'll. I don't know what I would do with that, but all right.
As always,
it'll go viral on all social media platforms.
And as always, I am Crazy Carl Brewer. We are -1 tonight, and our hearts are broken. We are -1. Jason Ackerman is out partying in Europe. He actually just sent us a text. And he said, I'm partying and it's 4 a.m. It's 4 a.m. I'm so crazy. And we're like, dude, it's only 7 o'clock. You're not on their time yet. Don't act all cool. Don't act all crazy, Jason. It's 7:10 p.m. right now.
He's lucky that we didn't make him do a broadcast from wherever he's at. He's probably lying anyway. I bet he's standing on some statue with a bunch of tourists, walking around taking pictures.
He literally sent a picture, and it was all of dudes. And I was like, nice sausage fest going on there, bro. You're really representing the States well by hanging out with a bunch of European dudes that don't wear deodorant. Good job. All right, so this week's beer of the week is Deschutes Brewery Pine Drops IPA. So it was my turn to bring beer this week. I didn't want to risk it with Steve because I actually really wanted to drink some good beers tonight. So I decided to not let Steve buy any beer this week.
Why are you talking about me but pointing at Frank like the Whisperer over there and I are going to be on any level the same? I think you brought us a camping trip. That's what it tastes like.
I feel okay. I actually like camping. So the Pine Drops, it's definitely got a nice hoppiness to it. A nice aroma. You get a lot of citrus flavors, a lot of that pine needle taste that really good hops do have, but it's a little sweet too. So it's got a little bit of sweetness to kind of mellow it out, really, and it really takes off that bitter edge that some IPAs can be a little too harsh. So, what do you guys think about this beer? What do you guys think about this Deschutes Pine Drops IPA?
You know what? Camping tastes really good. That's all I got to say right now.
Where are my marshmallows?
I don't know that I've ever not tasted a Deschutes brew that isn't absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
I mean,
Fresh Squeeze, right?
Fresh Squeeze is one of my favorites right there.
It's so good. I actually had never had this one, so I went out on a limb. I will say I went out on a limb, but I know Deschutes Brewery. Even their Mirror Pond Pale Ale is excellent. The Black Butte Porter is delicious. Fresh Squeeze, that's one of my favorite IPAs of all time. But this Pine Drops is really delicious, too. I think this is for sure going to be one of my top 10 IPAs, my go-tos. What do you think, Frank?
No, I don't like it. Tastes nasty. Tastes like you're licking a tree. I don't want it.
Maybe it should have some salsa and
I should have brought something with
salsa. I would love it.
Hey, that reminds me of on Superstar whenever she starts making out with a tree, right? You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, Molly. What's her name?
Molly. What? I don't even know what her name was, but she was all talking the tree, so you could just talk to this beer instead, and basically you taste a tree, right?
You don't have to go to Catholic school to kiss a tree. You know what I mean? You could just drink this right here, and you're good to go. It's really good, so definitely check it out. We posted pictures to our Facebook page. We're actually going to start posting the picture a little earlier, so as you're listening to this podcast, you can be enjoying a beer with us. So we're going to post it maybe on Tuesday, Wednesday, what our beer of the week, what we're going to feature for the Sunday edition. So we want you guys to be able to enjoy it with us. See if you guys kind of get the same sense that we get, the same flavors and everything. So let us know. All right, so we actually didn't have any Facebook questions this week, but we did want to give a shout-out to Danny Aguilar. He's been giving us really good feedback on all of our outlets and everything, so he's super stoked about Stitcher, and we just let him know that we're up on iTunes now as well. So definitely subscribe to us on iTunes. If you're an iPhone user, subscribe to our podcast. It is Sweet Podcast on the podcast app. And under Stitcher, if you're an Android user or you just prefer Stitcher on iPhone, just make sure you subscribe as well to Sweet Podcast. It's going to be the fastest way to get our new content.
Yeah, and just to go back to Danny, his family owns a restaurant here in town. He has a new one, and unfortunately, I could not.
It's called Cinco Limones.
Oh, Cinco Limones. So there's the name of the new restaurant. I'm sure it's fantastic. The old restaurant is called Taco Fresco. It's on Chester and California, I believe,
it is.
And it is fantastic. So go hit them up if you get done rolling on Saturday and you're looking to grab some lunch. It is going to be. It won't let you down. It's fantastic.
You know what I like from Taco Fresco is I like that it's right across from Starbucks for one. So I go hit my Americano, my iced Americano, then hit up that drive-through. If it's early morning, I'll hit up one of their breakfast burritos. You know what I mean? Yeah. They got 3 different breakfast burritos. They got just their traditional breakfast burrito that's got some like ham and bacon and eggs and beans, and I'm not sure if it has rice, but damn, it's delicious. And then they got this chorizo and egg burrito that's off the hook. And then they also got a chili verde and egg burrito that's pretty bomb. So definitely check it out if you're here in Bakersfield. Even if you come from out of town and you're passing through, definitely hit up Tacos Frescos on California and Chester. We wanted to go over the UFC fight night. So UFC Fight Night 74. Want to do a recap on that. So I think we did 3 picks for that fight card.
We just did the 3 fighters, the last 3.
Yeah, so we all did our picks for Patrick Cote versus Josh Berkman, Neil Magny versus Eric Silva, and Max Holloway versus Charles Oliveira. We're not sure if you guys saw that, but the main event it ended very strangely. Max Holloway was getting some good combinations in, going to the body, mixing it up, right? And then Charles Oliveira just kind of stopped and grabbed his – it looked like to me he was grabbing his collarbone almost, right?
Yep.
But we find out later in the week, and I'm sure you guys have all seen the news, but he ripped his esophagus, which is – gosh, how does that even happen?
I have no idea. I mean, I've been in some crazy scenarios rolling with you guys, and I mean, like, that's it. That's what we do, and we go for the neck, and you're like, man, how does – it didn't even look like he got hit, I mean, I think I saw his head collide with the cage or something, but so crazy. Just like a freak accident,
Yeah, and that's got to be super painful, too. Got to be super painful. I don't know. That was a. I've never seen an injury like that in the UFC. I've seen people just like kind of grab their knee, like they tore their ACL or something, tore a meniscus. But that was a new one for me. So I was kind of surprised by it. I thought maybe his shoulder dislocated or his collarbone. But anyway, I picked Max Holloway, so I'm actually not bummed out about it. I came out 3-0 with my picks on that one. So I picked Neil Magny versus Eric Silva. And gosh, we got to talk about this, guys. We got to talk how the Brazilian fighters have not been performing after the performance-enhancing drug testing has got more stringent.
Good.
It's absolutely insane to see these guys' bodies just absolutely changing. Like, we're talking like not even 6 months ago, Eric Silva looked like a freaking freak of nature, and now he's got like dad bod, And it's serious though. I mean, and it's like, and I've been picking these Brazilians on all my picks, and it's really just screwing me over. And it's like, I'm really leery to even like pick another Brazilian anymore, because now you're just like looking at all these other guys, like Anderson Silva. He actually popped a dirty, and he's like still not really copping to it. And then you got comments like GSP saying, "Man, I wish this would have came down a long time ago." And everybody's like, "What are you talking about?" But I think everybody kind of is figuring out what he's talking about, and that might have been a little bit of why he left the game in the first place.
Yes, I mean that's a lot of it. He said, and just to echo on the Anderson Silva, I mean, I don't know if you guys watched his commission meeting, but he literally tried to blame it on Viagra. He tried to blame it on dick pills. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. He tried to say, okay, so
there's a bunch of 60-year-old guys running around out there. You're on performance-enhancing drugs.
Yeah. I'm not rolling with those guys anyway. So.
You rolling with them? It's like you're like on a teeter-totter. Hey, what's going on here? No.
Flatten them out. You can't flatten them out.
take his back. You know what I mean? Give him a reach around. Matt has that movie called The Reach Around.
Yeah,
right? This would be
I really hate
this would be a legit
or
reach
the
around.
the stranger with the reach around.
Yes.
And then you just don't roll with Anderson Silva, right?
I mean, look. Here's the thing: is that he changed his story, and I'm a huge. Everyone here knows that I'm a huge Anderson Silva fan.
For sure.
But he said he was like, I didn't do it. That was his first story, right? And then he said, yeah, I used something, but I used it to recover. And then he went into the commission halfway through the meeting and basically tried to say it was because of Viagra. It's like, come on, dude, own up to it. If anyone is proof that if you own up to all your shit and you could still be loved, it's Chael Sonnen. Look at that dude, like one of the most dirty fighters ever. Like as far as performance enhancing drugs, HGH, TRT, everything, right? He was on everything, and he came clean. You know, he came clean during the commission. And they're like, we think you should be more involved in an advocacy position. They were pretty much offering him a job, after he had been caught. And Anderson Silva is going to get a lot of hate. The longer this drags on, the more hate he's going to get.
Yeah, but I think that, okay, yeah, so he should have copped to it, but if anybody has reason to cop to it and just be like, yeah, my leg fell off. I took steroids, okay? I wanted to fight again.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's the thing. Steve, his leg literally wrapped around Chris Weidman's. He literally kicked himself in the balls.
But didn't he? Didn't he actually come back like super fast too? And everybody's like, "Oh my God, how is this? He's really..." And like there was like showing videos of him just nailing that freaking bag, and it was like, "Wow, this." And then he's like, "I back." Yeah, you back all right.
You back all
You
right.
back with freaking dick pills. I mean, geez, Louise.
I mean, I always thought his cup was a little big. You know what I mean? But for that fight, he needed a little extra room because those dick pills were really helping him out. Yeah,
But
man.
you know what? If you go back to that fight with him and Nick Diaz, even you're using performance enhancing drugs to get that edge, but it says something about. I'm not trying to question Anderson Silva's heart because he is the greatest of all time, but there was something that was not present in there. That match. So
Yeah, I think it's that confidence, like you're saying, right? He was lacking something in that fight. You saw it. Nick Diaz also popped during. We got to talk about
I was
that.
going to say,
Nick
weren't
Diaz
they
was
both dirty?
Nick Diaz was on marijuana, right?
Oh no! Shit.
I don't really consider.
surprise, surprise.
I don't really consider that a performance enhancing drug, But
he could probably like eat a lot of Cheetos or something like.
he could put on after he cuts, he could put on that weight real
Like
quick,
really fast,
Go smoke a doobie, get those the munchies.
I think I'm hungry right now.
He's like, does anyone have any flaming hot Cheetos? So, yeah, I don't know. That whole situation was kind of questionable, and I don't know. So the Brazilian fighters, they've been looking a little soft, not as aggressive, So hopefully it's not all of them. I mean, of course it's not all of them. Let's be honest. Not all the Brazilian fighters were on performance-enhancing drugs. But let's just hope that we don't see this trend continue with the Brazilian fighters, because it's really just gonna make all their previous efforts look questionable.
That's what I'm thinking too. That's what I'm thinking right now. It's like Steven, you're saying Anderson Silva is the greatest of all time. Well, how do we know he wasn't like loaded that whole time, and that's what made him the greatest of all time? So now are we going to actually have like a black mark and like once like who knows?
Yeah, it's a good point.
There could be one guy just like Jose Canseco in baseball saying, "Hey, I'm going to open the floodgates and say exactly how everything went down and what percentage of everybody." And then next thing you know, everybody's going to be like, "Oh, well, half of the freaking sport was loaded on steroids."
Yeah.
No,
and it's true. I mean, but to that point, I wouldn't say it's a black mark because probably the majority of the fighters were on some sort of enhancement, Sure. Like when he fought Chael Sonnen popped both times, multiple times throughout multiple fights. So
I remember a fight with Hermes Franca and Sean Shirk.
Yeah.
And they were taking blows to the head and like just, it was like not even phasing them how hard they were hitting each other. And it was like, wow, these guys really want to win. Then, like the next day, oh, by the way, they were both freaking
Yeah, they both
loaded.
popped, yeah.
They both popped.
Yeah, they both popped. And Sean Shirk denied.
Oh, Sean Shirk was, dude.
I mean, you could just look at him.
Yeah,
though, you know
but
what I mean?
but that was funny because once they actually like didn't he pop a dirty, and then they like said okay, and then he came back to fight, and he just was not the same fighter.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that there's something else that we're going to see. Not only are we going to see the decline of all of these guys that were possibly champions as a result of using the drugs, but let's take a guy like T.J. Dillashaw, who I don't think uses anything. He's so good and he's so sharp. I mean, he's the future of. I think we're seeing a new trend, the future of MMA. I think that he's going to be light years ahead. Players like that are going to be light years ahead of these guys that just start wasting away ahead of us. So while it sucks that we're seeing it, I think that it's also cool for the guys that are just focused on the game, focused on getting sharper, focused on developing their skill set.
Yeah, I would throw a few fighters in that category. Demetrius Johnson. I think Demetrius Johnson is probably the best fighter in the world right now. Pound for pound, he's the best fighter in the world. He's the cleanest. He mixes up his striking and takedowns so well. And if anyone thought he was a boring fighter, watch his last fight where he beat up that Japanese dude.
Yeah, the Asian guy.
That Japanese guy.
Oh, the wrestler?
Yes, I cannot. It's not Oraguchi. I can't think of his name. But anyway, he beats him up for 5 rounds and gets an armbar with 1 second left. Still that killer instinct.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That killer instinct.
It was Horiguchi, wasn't it?
I can't remember. If it was Horiguchi, then it was Horiguchi. But I'm not sure if it was.
It looked like Dillashaw going after Barao. Like, you're going right to the end of this thing. He's like, I'm not going to let up. I'm just going to keep coming at you. I'm going to keep coming at you.
How exciting is Cruz and Dillashaw going to be, man, once they finally hook it up?
Is that on the...
Well, Cruz never lost his belt.
Right, but didn't he just, like, break his knee again, or didn't something go down?
Yeah, he got an injury, but
out for another 2 years.
No, he's not gonna be out for that long this time. It's gonna be a lot quicker. So I'm excited for that fight. I'm a huge Dominic Cruz fan. He's the best to me. You know,
more than Jake Shields.
I love Dominic Cruz more than you love Cub Swanson.
That's a lot.
Yes, I know.
That's a lot.
I saw those pictures. So
what about the tattoo?
Yeah, I saw that too. So can we go over the picks? Frank, did you record how everyone did for the last fights? Can you what I think Jeremy was 1 and 2.
Okay.
Hold on. Fight Swami.
Listen, and I would like to defend my picks. Okay. As a self-proclaimed fight Swami, I actually take I'm taking these picks very seriously, okay? However, I didn't know that all of these steroids were freaking running rampant through the Brazilian fighters. That's why I'm actually going to be super cautious next time when I'm going to have to actually dial that into my parameters, because I'm usually almost about, I would say 98, 99% right, and I can actually tell you how it's going to end as well.
Easy fight, Swami. You know, I'm also interested about. Let me just throw this out there. I wonder how this is affecting the Vegas odds.
Vegas odds, yeah.
You know, like they're going, oh, more Brazilians are getting
a lot
popped,
closer.
so that's.
Yeah, that's a good point. Fight Swami, I don't know if you're 98 or 99% accurate with your picks. If you were, I mean, you would have been dominating DraftKings and just winning all of this money, and that is not what's happening.
No.
And by the way, earlier I wanted to say,
no.
If you want to make money on DraftKings, or you want a better chance of making money on
Listen to
DraftKings,
Fight Swami.
Listen to Carl, because he is at the table with the best odds.
But Carl is so
or
positive.
vote against the Fight Swami.
Carl is so
Carl's
positive.
so positive he doesn't even play DraftKings.
I did, and I actually, man, there was
That was a long time ago.
that was like
was
6 months ago.
6 months ago is a long.
Like 6 months
Yeah,
ago.
I was
like-
gonna say 6 months ago was a long time ago. I've been doing it. For
Z wasn't even here 6 months ago.
for 5 weeks now, and I've
5
actually.
weeks?
Yeah, listen, I just started. Okay, the Fight Swami just started. Okay, so I've been going for 5 weeks now, and like I said,
We're gonna have
the
to settle
Brazilians
this.
really screwed me over.
We're going to have to settle this. Jeremy and I are going to settle this. And anyone that wants to get in on this action, we will create our own draft, and we will call it Sweet Podcast Draft. Within DraftKings, you can create your own draft, and we'll just do a dollar bet, dollar wager, right? And where it's winner take all, though. So,
See, the thing is, the problem, I have no problem. The Fight Swami has no problem with it.
Swami has no problems.
However, what I'm going for, I'm not going for just a win, okay? I'm going for who is going to who has the best chance of knocking people out.
how did that work for you when you're
Like I said, if I would have picked your guys, I probably would have won. I probably would have took the house. However, like I said, the Brazilians, I'm really pissed off with the Brazilians right now and all of that's going on.
Can we talk about, for a second, how Neil Magny versus Eric Silva was a split decision? Jesus,
Oh, yeah, that was-
what the fuck was that?
Yeah, well,
That was unbelievable.
the thing was, I did see that, and I was actually hoping that Neil Magny did, like, for whatever reason, they actually gave it to Eric Silva. But the only thing I could really come up with on that was ring control.
But even that,
Ring control.
Neil Magny got way more takedowns in that fight, and anytime Eric Silva did get a takedown, Neil Magny was up or sweeping.
But the thing was, is Eric Silva was pushing the action.
No,
Yeah, that's the only thing I could come up. That's the only argument I could come up with. I'm not saying that yes or no, but like you could see how the fight went
in
down.
the first round. He was like outstruck, like
He lost
by like
the first
literally
round.
like 30 or 40 strikes.
He lost the first round.
He lost every round.
No,
That's the only thing you can come up with?
that's arbitrary.
You can't come up with maybe a judge was bought.
Yeah,
You know what?
Fight Swami?
The Fight Swami talked to the judges.
Jeremy was texting me that night, and I said, based off of our previous podcast, I said he probably trained with Eric Silva. You know what I mean? That
right.
judge was probably training with
probably
Eric
trained
Silva.
with Eric
and was like, you
Silva.
know
Exactly.
what? Let me give it to him. You know,
Probably felt bad because he couldn't give him no more steroids or something. So.
See, so if you don't understand these calls, just listen to the Sweet Podcast, and we're breaking it down. If you listen to that episode 4, you would know exactly what we're talking about right now.
Yes. We got to talk about Patrick Cote and Josh Berkman as well. I don't know why anyone would have picked Josh Berkman for that fight.
Did you watch that fight? He
Yeah.
was winning the exchanges.
Oh, are
Yes.
you kidding me?
No, he was.
Patrick Cote was winning every round,
Well,
and then he knocked him out.
I picked Patrick Cote, but I was watching the fight, and Berkman was actually getting more exchanges in.
You know what I thought was a good strategy from Josh Berkman? Keeping his hands down and his
Yeah,
chin
that
up.
was freaking stupid. That was stupid.
That was ridiculous.
I was thinking, I was like, you know what, Cote's gonna get him. Cote's gonna get him. But like, I felt like he was actually like the judges were actually going to give it to
no
Berkman
way.
if it kept
They
going.
actually showed the cards at the end. Patrick Cote was winning.
Was he? Okay.
Both rounds, dominating.
No,
dude.
I picked Cote. I can't believe that.
Who picked Berkman?
Me and
Probably Frank.
Jason.
Can you talk about Frank? Can you talk about what's going through your mind?
First of all, me and
He
Jason.
tries to go against the Fight Swami first off.
No. Me and Jason already decided we're not betting against anybody that has or betting with somebody that has a freaking tramp stamp anymore.
Yeah, Josh Berkman does have a tramp stamp.
I thought Cote has like a reverse tramp stamp. Isn't there it on his belly or something?
No, he has doesn't in the back of his neck.
Oh,
There's
well
a
then that's
plague
okay.
of terrible tattoos.
You know what happened is people got a bunch of shitty tattoos like in 2000, and they were all like tribal, like little like freaking barbed wire armbands and shit. You know what I
Wasn't
mean?
that the 80s and 90s though?
You know what's intense?
You know, in Canada though, they're like 10 years behind. You know what I mean?
That explains
So-
I
everything.
can't believe he's actually back in the UFC. To tell you the truth,
Who's
Like,
that?
Berkman.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
he's good enough to fight in the UFC, but like what happened in that fight? I said it. I said he was gonna gas. Everyone said Patrick Cote was gonna gas. Looked as fresh in the third round. He actually looked like he was just getting the pep in his step during that fight. You watched this fight, right?
I was in and out on the fights because of my viewing
Okay.
situation that we had, but
Yes.
ladies and gentlemen, I had to watch them on my laptop that night, and I have a 3-year-old who was also in the mix, so I was juggling the two performances.
Yeah,
But they were good fights. They were really good fights, especially that Magny fight. That was crazy.
Yeah, Neil Magny is. You know what? It was surprising that he was taking Eric Silva down, but I think he did it to prove a point. I think he went in there saying, "You know what? I'm not scared to go on the ground with Brazilians." Obviously, Eric Silva is no Damian Maia, but man, in what 3 or 4 week turnaround, right, since his last fight, and he looked super good, super good.
Hats off to Neil Magny. That was intense. Like another reason I did not pick Magny up for my DraftKings was I just thought that Eric Silva was going to freaking take it. And then Carl, did you not see when he ended up taking down Eric Silva ended up taking down Neil Magny in the first round. He immediately passed his guard
And
like
now- yeah.
unbelievably. I was like, oh my god, head and arm triangle. Like
Yeah.
I was like, this is going to happen so
I
fast.
saw that and I was like, I got a little worried.
But the thing is after that first time, I was like, well, it's going to happen again. And it never did. And
Yeah.
Magny kept pushing the action on
Yeah.
as far as the physicality and the wrestling aspect.
Neil Magny was doing a very good job utilizing half guard and underhooks to get back up to his feet. So, all those jiu-jitsu players know what I'm talking about, using the same side half guard, underhook to get to your knees and stand back up, disengage. So he was doing a very, very good job with that. So anyway, awesome fights. Super, super fun to watch. Super fun to debate about, and we are going to continue debating. And Fight Swami, I would say we'll have a good statistical population within about 6 months of fights, and you're going to see that how bad he is. So please do not fall into this hype of the bullshit that comes out of his mouth, because all you're going to do is end up losing money. So anyway, I will set that up. I will set up the DraftKings.
See, the thing is with the DraftKings, the Fight Swami can pick winners, and then he can pick your best odds of winning money. Okay, if you lose $3 compared to if you could win 1,000, wouldn't you go for that? Would you or would you not? Okay, we're not talking $1 here. If you want to play for $1, then I will pick winners. It will go all 5 rounds, and if you played that person on DraftKings, you would win nothing.
But DraftKings is not based off winners, though, like you're saying. So
It's not. That's what I'm saying.
Even if we're gonna do our picks, and we're gonna pick who we think.
Pick 'em.
We'll think. We'll pick who we think is gonna do the best. Still.
I'm down.
So
you will see Fight Swami will be back at his 98 percentile in no time flat.
Basically, next week, Fight Swami is gonna lose $1.
Yeah, notice that the Fight Swami, clearly I'm biased in this conversation, but notice that the Fight Swami is fighting to get back to his 98 percentile, and the person that he's debating with is at 100%. So when it comes to money, point your money in the right direction here.
So we do have the ADCC competition coming up this weekend, and we made our picks on the previous podcast, episode number 4, and we have the challenge of the Whip Nene, right? It's actually not on episode number 4, actually. Sorry, there is a separate episode that is discussing the ADCC picks. So if you didn't check that out yet, check it out. It's up on Stitcher and iTunes as well as SoundCloud. So anyway, we got our picks going on for that, though. It's myself, Mr. Fight Swami over here, and Jason Ackerman, who's not here to defend himself, but I am for sure going to win that as well. So you will not see me doing any whip nay. That is 100%.
Well, Jason said that if he wins, can he still do the whip nay? So
Yeah, so you actually might see
2 people doing it.
You might see 2. It's probably going to be Jeremy and Jason. No, because Jeremy's not going to win. I mean, Jason's not going to win. I'm going to win. So it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, middle doesn't have to do anything.
Yeah, but second place, he'll probably still do it.
Yeah.
What about if it's a tie for the last?
It's not. You guys, listen. Carl's losing. Basically, the Fight Swami and Jason Ackerman have very, very, very close picks.
That sounds like a tie. to me.
Carl is so much askew.
I didn't like the way you picked Sperry for me. I would like to go with Ricardo Laborio on that one. So I'm going to change that.
See, it's even better. Laborio is fine because Mario Sperry is going to win that too.
No.
Yep.
No.
Is there anything else you'd like to change? Would you like to change?
Well, no, it hasn't
Adolfo?
happened. It hasn't. No.
I know because it hasn't happened yet, so
No.
you can actually.
Adolfo Vieira is going to win. So
I'd like to submit all my picks around 9:00 on Sunday night.
yeah, I'm going to be watching them. So are you coming over tomorrow, Frank?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We'll be watching the
What time does it
ADCC. I don't know. It's in Brazil, so it's pretty similar time
Probably
schedule
like
to
right
us.
now,
No, it's about
the same time.
Yeah.
Same
So
time, yeah.
we'll be posting updates on Facebook for that as well. You guys are probably going to listen to this after that, so disregard that. We want to talk about Facebook etiquette. Okay? Don't call people out on Facebook. If you're
prone to doing that,
if you're
especially.
if you're prone to doing it, and you don't Maybe
I
you
shouldn't say that actually. Let me say, there should be a rule set to making comments on Facebook. Like you should say, okay, if you're you should always consider what you're about to say on there because it's going out to hundreds of people, potentially thousands of people.
Yes, and here's the thing too, is that if you are an instructor, right, at a school, don't talk bad about other black belts. It just makes you look bad, you know. Don't talk bad. In the community, for me, it makes you look petty, right? And here's the thing, is that if we were to call 10, let's say 10 purple belts, right? We were to call 10 purple belts in here right now from across the country, and they had each been training at their gym for about 4 years, right? And we said, raise your hand if you train in the best jiu-jitsu school. All 10 of them would raise their hand. Everyone thinks they're in the best jiu-jitsu school. That's why we keep training there. That's my point, you know? So you don't have to try to belittle other schools or talk bad about other instructors to make yourself seem bigger or better, right?
You know what the irony of that situation? There's a little bit of irony in this situation. I was actually I ended up hanging out with another black belt from another school. You know,
Was he an instructor?
yeah, instructor, yeah. And so we were hanging out, shooting the breeze. Super cool. I mean, super cool, super tactful. You know, he was hanging out. We were just shooting, you know, talking jiu-jitsu, whatever else. And basically, we ended up running into some of his friends. And he introduced me, and I said, hey, how you doing? And then they said, well, you guys train, how do you know each other? I said, well, they train, you know, we train jiu-jitsu. And he says, well, but you guys aren't from the same school. And what that instructor said was, he said, yeah, but we both train, so we're basically like family.
Yeah.
And that's what's
That's what makes this weird.
ironic.
That's what makes this weird. Yes.
Because it was so cool and it was so professional, and I actually thought, like, it was crazy because I was like,
Oh, that's
wow,
tight.
that's tight.
Yeah.
This guy is from another school. It was in Bakersfield.
Yes.
But then something like this, it just kind of sounds like there's why the mudslinging all of a sudden? It
Kinda
doesn't make
kitty
any
cat.
sense.
Yeah. So
Is there a chip? Is that what the deal is?
So last week we were talking about how Matt Baker competed at the Gracie Worlds, right? He got an invitation for a sub-only event, which typically Matt does not compete in. He does not pursue those competitions, and the reason is because really the IBJJF are that's where you're going to find your toughest competition typically, right? Unless we're talking ADCC or something, right? But the Worlds, the Pans, those are the tournaments that he's always competing in, right? Master Senior Worlds and the Pans. So he got invited to a sub-only competition, and he went, and he won by a sub, right? And what's cool, and I did talk about this, is that Matt will adjust his game to whatever the tournament rule set is. He's a technician at competing. I mean, this guy has a win ratio of about at least 90%. At least 90%. This dude is always winning. He will find a way to win. He will find a way within the rule set to win. Okay? So if other people are out there saying, "Oh, he's a points player. Oh, he's not aggressive. He doesn't go for the sub," it's just false. I roll with Matt. He goes for the sub. He goes for the kill. He will try to choke you. He's an opportunist. He creates his opportunities and he chokes you out. So, and if he's on your back, it's game over. If he's on your back, it's game over. So if you are out there spreading hate instead of spreading positivity on Facebook, just keep it to yourself, you know? Just keep it to yourself. Don't be a negative person in the jiu-jitsu community. We already have enough of that. We need to, like Jeremy was saying, right? We all train jiu-jitsu. We all love the sport. We all think we come from the best school. I know I come from the best school. 100% I come from the best
The
school.
whole time you were saying that, I was thinking, yeah, but the difference between us and them is that we do come from the best school.
Right? But everyone thinks that, and everyone should. If you don't think you train at the best school, don't train there, right? Mm-hmm. If you think you are not training at the best school that is accessible to you, don't train there, right? Mm-hmm. you should be training at the best school. You should feel like that. You should love your training partners. You know what I mean? My training partners are my best friends. You know, so you know, I don't know. I don't want to beat a dead horse here, but just stay positive on Facebook.
Okay. So if there are different rule sets, you have to adjust your game plan. That is an absolute given. If you have 5 minutes in order to not sub the person, to win the match, win the fight, I don't know very many people that were going to go for a foot sweep, and then when they defend the foot sweep, they go for a flying triangle. Okay? So, I mean, if it happens, it happens. It works. However, after you go for that flying triangle and it doesn't stick because you're going against a legit black belt, chances are you're already on your back and, you know, and you're already giving up some of the position. So, however, if you want to go for, I don't know, something a little more safe, and you actually work for a sweep and it takes a few minutes before he actually works for the sweep, hey, then you actually get the sweep, or you're the one that was the most, active in the situation, because you only have 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You don't have 10.
Yeah,
and then like Gracie Nationals, you have 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So you can play the stalling game for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, fill them out, and then you still have 10 minutes in order to get that sub.
Yeah, and I want to. So Matt Baker was ranked at like the top 1 and top 2 for his respective belt category, age, and weight. Right.
And now he's number 1.
Yeah, so he was between 1 and 2 for a very long time in no-gi and a gi, right? So, and this is under IBJJF rankings. So there's no way you have to be an active competitor and winner, right? So he's a champion, he's a winner, he has a huge win ratio. So obviously it's working, right?
I think he has something like 30 gold medals.
More. I mean,
that's
probably
gold
like
medals at black belt.
That's
at black belt.
I think I would be surprised if that is not a much higher number, because he doesn't even talk about a lot of the tournaments that he does. You know, we'll find out later. Like, oh yeah, I competed there. How'd you do? Oh yeah, I won. You know, which is cool, dude. But like he actively competes so he can help the competitors in our gym, and it's tight.
He doesn't even tell us about his wins. He only talks about our guys.
Yeah.
And how they did.
Yeah.
Yep.
It is true. And Matt, he's not a guy that goes out and bashes people on Facebook. He doesn't bash people in the gym. All he talks about is spreading jiu-jitsu knowledge, spreading positivity. So anyway, if you find yourself wanting to post negative stuff, just maybe think about it. Maybe type it out. Read it out loud before you hit that post button, right?
To your kids or something.
Read it out loud and be like, hey.
Read it to your kids.
Is this cool? Does this sound cool, or would this make me sound like a douchebag?
Well, and I don't understand, like, why. I mean, I really don't understand why someone would want to, like, talk, especially, like, if you're trying to stay professional. It's like, hey, you know, that guy's cool. You know, they're both cool. Like, say you have two places to eat,
and they're both good.
Yeah, and they're both good, and they're a little bit different.
Yeah,
you know, it's a little bit different. But you know, say there's a pizza joint on one side, and there's a hamburger joint on the other side.
Yes.
You know, it's not like you're gonna freaking go over to the pizza joint and then say, hey, how are the hamburgers? You're like, well, if you want a fucking hamburger, then you can get a hamburger. Otherwise, we got pizza. You're not gonna say their hamburgers taste like shit.
Yeah,
it doesn't make any sense.
Well, their hamburgers are a little safe. I don't know. They didn't really go all extreme with that hamburgerness. You know what I mean? Their hamburgers were a little safe.
No bacon.
They didn't add the bacon.
No onions.
No chipotle aioli. You know what I mean? Who gives a fuck? If it's a good burger and it's a good pizza, say it's good.
Yeah,
Who cares?
If you go to a job and you're trying to get that job, you put your best foot forward. And so the best foot forward is to have a resume that is just off the hook. And so 30 gold medals at black belt is a pretty good resume. So when a DVD gets released, the players beneath him, the players that are following that person can go, this game will for sure work. And that's the person that we're talking about. That's the level that we're talking about.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that we had to come across it. It actually wasn't on. It wasn't in an area where we should have seen it, right? But we were still able to see it, right? And it's just puts a black mark on my in my mind about a person's character.
Why
You
do
know?
it publicly? There's no reason. Just, if you want to give some advice to a person about another person, send them a direct message, a private message.
So next we want to talk about UFC 91. We wanted to go over our picks. There's some really interesting fights. I don't know if you guys watched the first Demetrius Johnson, John Dodson fight, but John Dodson had DJ in some trouble early on. Had him rocked, knocked him down, and then he gassed out. He faded. DJ does what he always does. He controlled, ended up winning the combinations, winning the takedowns, and just was put on a beautiful performance after that. So some interesting fights. Andrei Arlovsky, we had Frank Mir. Both are having a resurgence right now, right? Mm-hmm. It's interesting to see where this is going to go. Frank Mir looks really, really good. I was surprised at his last fight. I was not picking him to win, and he got a clean knockout. So Arlovsky, too, knocked out Travis Brown in his last fight. So just some really cool stuff happening right now. Anthony Johnson, obviously coming off a tough loss to Daniel Cormier. And Manoa is going to be a really tough fight. So Manoa wants some of the top 10 opponents. It's going to be interesting. We got Van Zant, who is, Steven was talking about this. Steven thinks it's interesting that Joanna does not have the Reebok deal, right? But Van Zant does. Ronda Rousey does. There was a few fighters that you're wondering, okay, are they just what is their reasoning behind it? So Van Zant, obviously, she's a attractive young lady, and I don't want to comment on Joanna, to be honest with you, about her looks or anything, but she's a super skilled fighter.
She's off the hook,
right? So what was the reasoning behind that? Are they just investing? Maybe they got her at a discount. Who knows what the terms of the deal are?
I think
right?
the reasons are pretty straightforward. It's just Paige is pretty, and pretty sells
eye candy.
shoes.
Yeah. So, and then we got.
I don't know. Did it sell any shoes to you though? Have you bought any Reeboks as of late? Any kits?
No, I have not. I'm actually sporting my.
I like that shirt, by the way. The neon belly.
What does it say? Can you elaborate on the shirt?
Go ahead, John. You have a better.
So it's Brazilian heavy ale. And then in the middle of it says Neon Belly. We will be taking a picture of that and putting it on our Facebook page.
Yeah,
and on the back, it says always on tap. So this is actually a 93 brand shirt that I got on BBJ HQ, I believe, right? They're the ones who do the rolling deals or the deal of the day, right? Mm-hmm. Super fun. I like the shirt. Actually, it was when I went to watch last time Jeremy competed in Vegas. I don't think I actually went the last time, but one of the times that Jeremy competed in Vegas, I was there with him, and some dude was just walking by, and he's like a bigger guy like me, and he's like, man, I really like your shirt. And I was like, thank you, sir.
Nice.
So it was pretty dope.
You guys got to point out that it says neon, and the letters are in neon.
Well, that's
oh, I didn't even catch that.
yeah,
Yeah,
and that's
I was just like, oh, cool, neon belly, and it's like an old neon sign, but
yeah, no, it's a cool shirt. 93 brand does some cool stuff like that. So check out BBJ HQ as well.
yeah, it's a BJJ HQ. It's an app. You can grab that thing, and I think you can only get one thing at a time, but
I think
they're
they do a
great
deal
deals.
of the day.
Deal of the day. Okay.
Yeah, and then every once in a while they'll have a rolling 24 hours. So every
okay.
hour they update something new. Yeah. So yeah, we are going to go through our picks now. So I'll start. We're going to start with Van Zant versus Alex Chambers. Man, Van Zant has been training with Team Alpha Male, and she's been killing it. She looked really great in her last performance. So got to go with Van Zant on that one.
Yeah, for sure. She looked really dominant. I was surprised to hear people critical of her in her last performance, and so I'm expecting that she's going to do well in this. I do not expect for her to. I don't see her taking the title, but
At least the win, yeah.
She'll at least
I'm
grab
on
the win.
page too.
So
Wait. Let's slow down for
yeah.
Fight Swami.
Wait,
Anyway,
ladies and
I would
gentlemen,
like
the Fight
to,
Swami would like to weigh in on this.
Okay, so basically, you guys, if you want to hear the winner, you've already heard the winner. Paige Van Zant is definitely going to take this one. You guys are going to get a correct pick.
Yeah, I feel more confident about my pick now that the Fight Swami has weighed in.
All right, and for the next main card event, we got Corey Anderson versus Blachowicz, right? And I'm actually going with Corey Anderson on this one. Both these guys are super tough.
Yeah, super.
Han Blachowicz, as he came in and just, he's one of those, man, I don't even know where he's from in Europe, but there's just those European
Poland. He's from
dudes
Poland.
that are just so tough, and they just come in and they just look like they were built to fight. You know what I mean? And like,
Poland?
if they hit you, if they touch you, like it's gonna hurt. You know what I mean? No matter what. But I think Corey Anderson's gonna play a smart game, utilizes wrestling, get the takedown and control. So I pick Corey Anderson.
The Fight Swami is going to go ahead and weigh in right now. He's going Jan Blachowicz, heavily favored. This guy is a freaking stud. Corey Anderson's about to feel the pain.
Dang it.
The pain from Poland.
I was gonna
The
go
pain
with
from
Blachowicz.
Poland.
I was going to go with Blachowicz too, so now me and Jeremy on the same.
There's something about the people that are
It's a
bred
very
there,
nice
though,
pick,
that
Frank.
they're like an intense.
They're tough.
Yeah, they're tougher people.
You know, they know, like in America, man,
They have an
even
intensity about them.
even like our most like the hardest it is in America and the worst ghettos and everything, that ain't shit compared to other countries. You know what I mean? And those people that actually know, that have been going, okay, yeah, that sucks to live in a ghetto, but our country's been going through civil war for the past 30 years. You know what I mean? You
Right.
can't even walk outside without like feeling safe. You know,
No, you
So
got
you're
to fight your way to the store.
there's a different intensity,
So you guys are saying NWA was just a bullshit movie?
Yeah.
basically.
Basically.
And
I don't
who did Steven get for the last fight?
Oh, wait. Give me the name. Oh, no, I'm definitely going with Blachowicz.
Oh,
Hands down, there's no doubt in my mind that Blachowicz.
All right, this is going to test Carl right here.
man, you guys are all stupid.
No. See, my Polish stuff, that's science. You'll see. The ice that runs through his veins will
Yeah,
get in the way.
I'm pretty sure
Pull down the W.
that wrestling is gonna give that edge. All right, so moving on to Anthony Johnson versus Jimmy Manawa. Gosh,
It's hard.
Anthony Johnson. See, both these guys are sluggers. That's the thing. Both these guys are sluggers. They're gonna be going for the knockout. But you got to go with Anthony Johnson. He's been looking so good at light heavyweight.
There's no doubt. You have to pick.
But man, if he doesn't get that knockout quick, look what happened though against DC.
Yeah,
He
I was
gassed
gonna- I was
out,
gonna say
right?
His cardio is horrible.
Yeah, so hopefully he worked on that. Hopefully he learned from his mistakes. But did you guys see that thing with Anthony Johnson though, right? Recently.
No, I didn't.
He had to donate. Okay, he didn't have to. All right, let me give you guys a skinny on this. All right. He was in a gym, right? He was lifting weights and some female came by him and was stretching on a yoga mat. And he got pissed. He's like, what the heck are you doing right here? He grabbed her mat and threw it across the gym, and he posted it on Facebook and was talking about how dumb this girl was, right? So
Again,
What's her
Yes.
name?
calling people out on Facebook.
yes, going back to our earlier point, don't call people on Facebook. Don't even say negative stuff on Facebook. Like, just be positive, people. Spread the love, all right? Okay, so anyway, now he agreed. He was probably coerced to donate some money.
He was
And
coerced to donate money.
Yeah.
He
Now
was,
she has a yoga studio.
yeah,
he was
yeah.
coerced to donate money out of court.
You know what I'm saying? Like, UFC gave him some advice. Hey, make this statement, apologize, donate some money to like I don't know, domestic violence.
Is this allegedly thing?
Yes, this is
Yeah,
not
allegedly.
factual. So
Again, we probably heard this on Facebook. So
I actually,
be careful
yeah,
what you read on Facebook.
it was on MMA Junkie, but I saw the post that he put, so that was legit. Like, he did say that, and he owned up to it.
Was her name Jen?
Yeah, she was doing yoga. It could have been Jen. Who knows?
It was not Jen. Jen would have spider monkeyed his ass and got him in a rear naked
Should have been
choke.
like, let me show you this rear naked choke that I could do with my
She would've
chicken
put-
head.
She would have put like thumbs in his eyeballs until she took his back and then choked him out until he tapped.
What happened to that picture that we drew of Jen? Remember that
The chicken head? I still have it.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I actually she tore it up and then I put it
saved
back
it?
together. No, I put it back together and I took a picture of it.
Oh, we
Can you
gotta-
post that
we
later?
gotta post it.
Absolutely.
We gotta post
I
it.
All
can-
right.
Well, I don't. Yeah,
It's a good picture of Jen. You know, it's a good portrait. So,
She's gonna be famous. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Man?
so anyway, I got Anthony Johnson. Who you all got?
I got Anthony Johnson.
Does anybody have manure?
Well, I was gonna go
It
with.
sounds like manure.
I was gonna go with Rumble until I heard the yoga mat throw, and
You're
so
going
I think
manure?
I think I'm gonna go with him.
Oh my God, you're going with Jimmy Manure.
Manua.
The fight
So-
Swami disapproves.
Yeah, well,
Fight
if the
Swami-
ladies and gentlemen, if the fight Swami disapproves with my pick,
I already wrote
for
it down.
sure go with my pick.
See, here's the thing: is Jimmy Manua is like 15-1 though, so he is no joke, and he's been
He'll be fine.
Has he
knocking.
fought Anthony
He's
Johnson?
been knocking fools out.
You'll be
You know-
fine, fight Swami.
Has he fought Anthony Johnson?
So we're on the same page, right? We got Anthony Johnson.
Absolutely.
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 Who goes to Chick-fil-A in town?
Yeah.
If you ever go to Chick-fil-A,
Yeah.
I don't know if this is like nationwide thing, and if someone's listening from outside of the Central Valley of California, please weigh in on this because I'm wondering. But when you go to Chick-fil-A and you say, "Hey, I'll take a spicy chicken sandwich," they're like, "Absolutely," and then you're like, "Oh, I'd like a lemonade as well." They're like, "Absolutely." Yeah, they really say that.
Absolutely,
Absolutely.
is part of the script.
Yeah,
Steven,
yeah, and it's
absolutely. They
Absolutely.
say absolutely.
every single time. So I don't know
I've
if you
never
guys
been there, but I may have to.
Go
If-
Sunday.
if you
Go
guys-
Sunday and check it
No,
out.
do not go Sunday.
Yeah, they are closed Sundays
Oh, okay.
for the Sabbath.
Okay.
So if
They're absolutely closed. On Sunday.
Yes.
Absolutely. Close.
but if you guys have not noticed that in the Central Valley, definitely check out Chick-fil-A and let us know if they are saying, "Absolutely, I can get you that. Absolutely." Absolutely. And it's like almost, it sounds very strange, almost like cult-like. But anyway, delicious chicken sandwiches by Chick-fil-A.
I just like
Right.
how they line up their ketchup and mayonnaise. It's like all perfect every day.
You know, one thing about Chick-fil-A too, if you eat inside, they will actually get your refills for you.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Oh.
That brings a whole nother level of fast food. You know what I mean?
Step up your game, McDonald's.
Seriously, I mean, I do appreciate the fact that Carl's Jr. They used to have those little wedges where
They
you
still
put your
do.
number.
They still
They're
do.
still doing that game.
Yeah, they're still doing
They're
it.
still doing that game. But pick up your game and start filling up my drink. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Come
for
back
sure.
by.
I paid $3.95 for this whole
No,
to feed
it's
my whole
way more
family here.
I paid like
Wow.
$7 for this $6 burger.
Yeah, it's like $9 now for a freaking soda and a sandwich at Carl's Jr.
You can go to like Olive Garden and get a good lunch for that $10.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, you can't go to Olive Garden and get a good anything. let's
Unless you're Frank
keep it real.
Crispers, apparently.
Let's keep it-
That's an
let's keep
Italian
it-
You can
thing.
get bread.
Let's
sticks,
keep it real.
and salad.
Are you guys being racist against Italians?
No, I'm being racist against Olive Garden because Olive Garden sucks. If you want good
Is
Italian
Olive
food,
Garden a race?
go to some.
A restaurantist.
It's a race among the restaurants.
A restaurant racist?
Yeah,
Race.
it's a chain. You know,
I think that's frowned upon.
it is.
All right.
Which
Go
one?
to Luigi's. You know,
Yeah,
go to
powerful Luigi's in town. Best food in town.
go to Sorella. Go to Fergatti's. You know what I mean? Do not go to Olive
I
Garden.
thought we were talking about chain. We're not the Luigi's out there, like one of the best Italian places in Bakersfield.
Well, you know, Luigi's rack ribs is
You know,
undeniable.
I-
It is absolutely undeniable.
Frank and I will go there on Fridays, right? And we will get the New York strip. Oh my gosh, the New York strip with some
the
blue cheese.
Oh, in unison, the blue cheese is announced.
At
Powerful blue
Luigi's.
cheese.
Oh. They have a secret. They have a secret menu at Luigi's.
Did they really?
Talk to me about this secret menu.
I
Speak to us.
cannot remember what it's called.
That's secret, huh?
I swear, no.
He's all, it's so secret, I don't even know about it.
No, what they do, it's called like what they do is it's a certain thing you have to say, and then because like I watched somebody else order it, and I'm all, well, where is that?
Hey, Luigi. Like that.
Hey, Luigi, can you give me the meatball and the potato?
Nobody makes a
but I don't
mushroom
remember
like my
what it was, but it
mama.
was like basically you put like pasta on top of the top of the steak, and then
I don't know if I'd want that.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think I
what
want
do you
that either.
try?
I think I just want the steak.
I think
I would
that
just move the
that's.
pasta.
I don't think that's a secret. I think that's
No,
just like
there's like- it's-
someone. There's like a disabled person that's going there and ordering something,
No.
and they're straight up like, "Yeah, we'll do that for you, honey."
there's a secret. I'm serious. There's a secret menu at Luigi's. There's a couple items that are not and have not ever been on. Because I was like, where is that on the menu? And they're like, oh, it's secret.
They're all,
Yeah,
it's
they're like,
just
it's-
pasta on
It's
top
just
of
for
the
this.
steak.
They're like, it's special
For
Jeremy.
this guy in the wheelchair and
It's
the helmet.
It's this special menu, and Jeremy's like, "Come on, man."
She's all, I got bumped when I was bringing it to the table.
Yeah, I tripped, and then the pasta mixed up. He's like, "No, I want it on my steak." No, come on.
I don't remember.
I want the
It's-
secret
it's-
menu. She's all, what secret menu? I see it. I see what you're trying to do.
Yeah. They're like, "No, there is no secret. There's no secret."
The
What are you
secret
talking
is
about?
there is no secret.
Yeah. No, but the steak. Okay, they put the capicola. Boom. That blue
Oh,
cheese.
Stop. We gotta stop.
So the steak there is pretty good.
Yes.
I think hands down, Mama Roomba's steak in town is just.
You know, I'm not impressed with Mama Roomba.
Have you had the steak?
I have.
And
I've
you
had.
didn't like it?
You know, I like Muerto's ribeye with the chimichurri. It's pretty good.
You guys are still
Okay.
talking about food. Stop.
Okay, sorry.
Oh, and by the way, Frankie Whispers put down some powerful carne asada tonight. It was just, I don't know if I'd say it was the best, but it was pretty darn good. It was up there. It was up there.
Get out of my house.
I know we are sitting in his house, so what I will
Steve's
say
gotta
is it
come
is the best.
when we're like really grilling
Like
and we're making our
smoking.
own food and stuff.
smoking
Yeah,
that shit.
I don't
Yeah,
know if
when we
Steve's
start
experienced
smoking.
that yet. All right, we got to move on to
We'll do it on
sorry,
those ADCC picks.
we got to move on to Andre Arlovsky and Frank Mir. So
Another tough one.
you got two legends, two former champions. Ah man, I got Frank Mir. I got Frank. Frank Mir has been looking like an animal, and he,
Hands are.
you know, I just saw him, or I didn't just see him, but I just read something. I saw his face on the internet. You know, I just read something, and he said he has never felt this good, and he's an intelligent guy. That's what I like Frank Mir because he's very articulate, and he's a
good announcer.
he's
He's
a-
a very good announcer.
he's a good announcer. He's a student of the game.
Very.
Just like Dominic Cruz. That's why I'm a big Dominic Cruz fan, is because he's a student of the game and he's an analytical fighter. But anyway, Frank Mir, that's who I got.
Fight Swami is taking Frank Mir.
Can I take a weird bet on this one? If Andre Arlovsky shaves his chest, he's gonna lose.
Okay, can we do a prop bet right now?
Prop bet.
Okay. The bet is Arlovsky going to shave his chest or not?
It's shaved in the picture.
Okay.
It's shaved in the picture.
So-
How long does
Is
it
he
take?
there
to
might be a
grow?
little bit
Okay,
of
you
foreshadowing
coming
going on from
clean-shaven?
UFC.com.
Clean shaven, his chest or not? I'm gonna say he's gonna come in not clean shaven.
I was gonna say the
He's
same
gonna
thing.
roughneck it.
I'm going. He's going Rough Rider on this one, man.
He's going Frankie
He's going,
Whisper style.
Yeah.
He's going.
Going Frankie Whispers out.
He's going bear-tastic.
He's close. He's close to my native land, so yeah, I think I'll go bear-tastic too.
Okay, who you got? What do you got on that?
Oh, Arlovsky all day.
No, but what do you got on that side bet though?
I think.
Clean or hair?
Oh, he's for sure. He's coming in. He's gonna look like a grizzly bear.
Oh man,
He's gonna tear.
no one.
everybody-
So no one picked it. All
Let's
right.
let's text Jason and see what he's gonna do.
Nah, Jason's an asshole.
Jason. Yeah.
Well, he's
forget
with a bunch
Jason.
of dudes right now.
He's
That's
like,
probably-
now he's gonna be like,
Exactly.
bro, I'm partying with a bunch of dudes at 6 in the morning. How
8 o'clock.
crazy am I?
You're so crazy, man.
Man, we're so drunk right now. Who knows what's gonna happen?
Dude, I don't even know what's gonna happen right now. But I'm with all these dudes, and they're like, "Come back to our place."
What do you Americans say? Spin the bottle.
Sprechen Sie Deutsch?
We can play 5 minutes in the closet.
Just, ooh.
Yeah.
hey, who took that picture of him next to the?
You know
Berlin
what? For argument's sake, I want to change that. I will change my pick to clean shaven for Mr. Arlovsky because we all can't pick the same thing. There's no bet at that point. What is the bet though?
He's been coming in clean a lot.
Well, your initial bet was that Mir was going to win.
Okay.
No.
No.
This is a
This
sign.
has nothing to do with any of it.
I get that, but
Frank Mir
Basically,
is going to win still. I got that.
oh, you're crazy.
okay. So here's what the bet. Here's what it is.
Okay, let me hear it.
You have to pound.
No. I say if he comes out, if we lose, that we have to come out clean shaven. Shave our own chest.
That I'm already clean shaven, so that isn't it.
Frank, do you shave your balls?
No.
No.
Someone has
That's
to
like
do
a jungle down there. You know what I mean?
If I lose,
you imagine
if
that?
I lose the
Buckwheat and a
bet,
leg lock.
okay, listen. If I lose the bet, Jeremy has to do wall push-ups.
I love wall push-ups anyway.
No,
That's
but,
not even a bet.
but you guys cannot win.
We're gonna
You guys
pound-
cannot.
How about this? We're gonna
You
pound.
guys have the
I
same
cannot
pick.
lose.
You guys have the same pick.
We're going to Bevmo and we're gonna buy that shitty ass, that spicy
Joaquin
pumpkin
Murrieta.
beer.
So I got to pound. No, not the pumpkin beer.
Yeah,
Spicy pumpkin beer.
yeah, the pumpkin spice.
No, we've
Okay.
already done that though. We can't.
No, that's a prop bet.
Okay.
Dude,
but-
no one wants to drink that nasty ass shit.
So I have to pound one of those. I'm not gonna do two, dude. I will pound one of those.
One
beers.
beer. We have to pound one beer if he comes out clean shaven, and
No,
if he
no.
comes out hairy, then you got to drink the pumpkin beer.
No, you guys got. Yeah. If
Yeah.
he comes out clean shaven, you guys all have to pound one of the
One of
pumpkin,
the nasty ass
pumpkin spice
spice
beers.
beers.
I agree with that. That's a good bet.
He's coming out like.
Are
a
we going
bear.
to high school
He's
style,
the
making a
Sicilian
beer
bear.
No,
He's not Sicilian. He's a Russian.
It doesn't listen.
you're
listen.
gonna suck that
Don't
glass
mess up my
bottle
joke.
like a
the
man.
Sicilian bear.
No air valve, no
Arlovsky is
nothing.
coming in like a Sicilian bear.
All right. So John Dotson versus Demetrius Johnson. Gosh, man,
DK.
this is a tough one to call.
No, it's not.
It is because John Dotson he really rededicated himself. He talked about how much he learned about fatiguing in that fight. And let's keep it real. John Dotson knocked out TJ Dillashaw.
Oh.
And he beat TJ Dillashaw.
Let me ask you.
He did do that. That happened.
Pre-bang, right?
So, who do you think is going to score more points on DraftKings? Ross Pearson or John Dotson?
Dotson.
You think it's going to score more points?
Yes.
Because Demetrius Johnson is
He'll play.
heavily favored.
Yes.
However, so is Felder.
Felder will knock out Ross Pearson.
And Dodson's going 5 rounds, so he's going to get a lot of points.
Yep.
I'm liking that. I like that.
Okay. With that,
I was
being-
thinking the same thing. That's
with-
why I asked, just to make sure that the Fight Swami is not messed up on his game.
With that being said, I'm picking Demetrius Johnson.
Of course you are.
DJ, all day.
What are the odds, though? I wonder.
Frank, who do you got?
Huge.
Demetrius Johnson, John Dodson.
Man, I cannot put like a bet on a puncher's chance. So Demetrius Johnson.
You got to.
That's a good point.
That's right.
Okay, so here's the bet. Here is the bet for this these picks, right? So Steve is bringing the beer next week, right? He already told me what he's bringing. Sounds delicious,
We'll post it.
right? We will post it early next week, what he's going to be bringing, so you guys can drink it with us as you're listening and enjoying, as long as you're not driving, okay?
Call Uber.
Yeah, call Uber, right? So,
But Uber in Bakersfield might be a disappointment. You might get a soccer mom in a Volvo or a...
hey, man, what's wrong with the soccer moms, bro? They need...
Easy over here when you're in LA and you get picked up in a Porsche, and then you come to Bakersfield and you get picked up in a Volvo.
I highly doubt that people are driving around in Porsches using Uber. Let's keep
way
it
to
real.
screw up my joke again.
Let's keep it real.
I don't care as long as it has AC. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, right. For sure, it was 102 degrees.
As long as they stop at Taco Bell at 2 in the morning, we're good. You know
the
what I
last
mean?
guy we got with Jason and Jeremy that guy was pretty cool.
Oh my God, are we talking about Uber right now?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't.
Everybody-
Guys don't even.
The Fight
know.
Swami was texting or...
No, I was
updating
actually
us,
looking at the odds for you
Oh,
on
okay.
Demetrius Johnson and John Dodson.
Well, for sure, be paying attention to the conversation.
Oh my God! Here's what happened to me and Jen. We went to a concert yesterday. We good to do this?
Who'd you
Yeah.
see?
Dude, we went to a concert. We went to Florida Georgia Line, and
Hold on, what is that? Hold on,
know
can
what
you
that is.
can you just tell me what that is?
Florida
first?
Georgia Line.
Yes.
It's country. Yeah. Anyway,
Hold on, can you tell us what style of country that is? That new R&B shitty country?
poppy country.
Yeah, like that where they wear like fucking like ripped jeans and like
Yeah.
those cool rolled cowboy hats and like we're like more like a boy band than anything else.
Pretty much. Yeah, they're super hot. Anyway, so that
Hold
is
on, no, we're not done with that.
Oh,
We
yeah.
are not done with
You're not
that
getting off that
conversation.
easy.
Right? Try to fucking like say, oh yeah, we saw this band. Okay, I'm just gonna talk about Uber right now.
Yeah. Still being South Bend, Florida, Jordan.
Wait, we're doing it.
hey, I don't care what you guys say. All right.
Just go on.
You know what's
Anyway.
funny is that cowboy people make fun of those people, and now like their music is like going towards.
Oh,
that.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey, dude, it's going that way, man. You guys are gonna all absolutely.
Yeah, I was
Hey,
gonna say, you should
were gonna
fucking
say- I'm gonna work. You know where I should work?
It's fucking
I
Chick-fil-A.
should work Chick-fil-A.
Yes.
At night,
Because I would already have like the lingo down.
Chick-fil-A at night.
Absolutely.
your bar is like right down the street too. Isn't
My
it?
bar?
Yeah.
Which one?
What's that one on?
Lone Oak.
Yeah, no,
The Lone Oak is not what?
no, it's
oh,
on
VIP?
California.
Oh, the VIP.
VIP.
Yeah, VIP.
VIP
Oh,
is
God.
Jeremy's bar.
You
Yeah.
can work.
Do you know
make
why?
tips.
Do you know why
Oh,
VIP
yeah.
would be? Because only VIPs are allowed there.
It's if you call your bar the VIP, you know VIPs are not going there.
It's like it's like
If the whole bar is the VIP area, your bar is not.
Yeah,
the
we all
There's
wear,
no
like-
VIP section in the VIP.
yeah, and we all wear like members only shirts and stuff.
We should start a
Like
jiu-jitsu school.
Roxbury.
Go on with your Uber story.
Anyway.
Outside.
So I call Uber to pick us up, and all of a sudden, we texted or we sent that thing.
We use the app.
We use that app thing.
No. You didn't use the app. Somebody else used the app because you were afraid you were going to go over on your data charge.
Oh,
Yeah, Jeremy couldn't text. He's like,
oh my
how
God.
many texts
No,
do I
was
have
at my
left?
house, so I have Wi-Fi at my house,
He
dude.
pulled out a notepad and he's like, okay, 300 minutes. Damn. I was like, okay, you guys call the Uber.
Just-
you back.
I call my
so,
friend.
so you guys understand this joke. Jeremy still has a limited amount of text. He cannot, like, he blocks me. I am blocked off of his phone. I am blocked
So
off
is
of
Jason
his phone.
Angerman.
And so is Jason.
Our group is blocked from him.
No,
No,
he
no, no.
sees
I
your
see
text
you
and he sees
Steven,
Steven
yeah.
text. He's like, this fucking group text doesn't make any sense.
No, I don't. No, I can figure out like a little bit of it, you know.
Yeah.
Just enough to know that you guys are talking, and just in case like I need to know something, I could be like, hey, like I can go like when I get home, I
They're
go to
talking.
Facebook. I can go to Facebook and I'll just like Facebook message you and I'll be like, hey, what was going on? But
When I
nothing.
get home,
But
hold on, hold
nothing
on.
important.
Who out
When
there?
I get home, I will go to Facebook. How many of you are waiting till you get home to go to Facebook? Answer that question on the sweep like page.
Isn't
Yeah.
there like a Starbucks like every corner? Can't you just go there?
Just check in with your Wi-Fi so you can get on that texting.
So I guess I'm not really going to tell my story.
No. Go on about your Uber story. Go on about your Uber story.
Florida Frontline
Please.
or whatever. the
I
name
cannot
is.
wait to hear about this.
Freedom Frontline.
Yeah, what is
Hey.
it? Freedom Florida Frontline.
Florida Frontline, yeah.
Okay, go for it.
So anyway, so basically the guy finds him. He ends up showing up, and he parks like 3 doors down across the street, and he starts walking toward me, and he goes, "Hey, man." I'm like, "Hey." He goes, "Did you call for an Uber?" I'm all, "Yeah." He goes, "Well, where are we going?" And I'm all, "We're going to rob a bank." He goes, "We're going to rob a bank?" And he's like half serious, and he goes, "Dude, I can't do that type of stuff."
So he called the one. You got the one
No.
Uber who was just an idiot.
So anyway, so we're like, haha, you know, and so this guy has like one of those bass tubes in his front of his seat. He's got a Honda Civic, right? And he's got like one of those bass tubes. So like he's obviously going off of like that Bluetooth thing. So he doesn't really have a radio to play. So, or he actually, I don't know why he had the bass tube on there, but anyways, that's what he's playing his stuff off
I thought
of.
you meant like a tube, like I used to.
You know those
high
little
school.
stereos that like you could put it on Bluetooth?
Like a
Like
pill,
a
pill.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
pill, like
Those
a
two.
Dre, yeah, the Dre Beats.
I have one of those.
little
Remember that
things.
JBL tube that I
Yeah,
have?
exactly.
like
but
that,
it's
okay.
sitting in like one of his cup holders.
Okay.
So then like we're going.
Maybe
I
it's
was
better
going-
sound for him. You know.
Sitting in his
I was
cup
going
holder.
back to like high
so
school
anyways,
with
is this-
bass tubes, like
Yeah.
when I used to build
No,
speaker
not quite
boxes.
that.
No, Frank,
Yeah.
we're not that old.
No, we're not LL Cool J. Man,
Yeah.
come on. All right. So anyway, so
Going back to Cali used to hit hard.
hell yeah, it
hard.
still does.
The
Okay.
truth comes out about
It
Frankie
still, it
Lewis.
still does, but you got
Oh,
to get
I'm-
in a time machine to be cool.
He's all, dude, those 8 tracks would hit hard, man.
Oh
you don't
my
even
God.
know.
Don't call it a comeback.
So anyway, so we basically get in the car, and I'm like, haha, you know. So this guy takes the first left. He doesn't even look like both ways. He just like stomps on the gas like he's freaking really robbing a bank.
Bro,
and
he-
then so
he
I was
doesn't
freaking out, and then he speeds up to every stop sign. He's literally going like faster into each stop sign, and like I started, and me and Jen started getting a pre-fade before we even started going. So like I'm starting to feel sick, and like I'm like
Hold
smiling.
on. Can I ask what you were drinking? Let me take a guess. Let me take a guess at what Jeremy was drinking before they went to the Rob Bank Arena to watch a shitty country band. Were you drinking perhaps vodka and Rockstars?
That is affirmative.
All right,
This just gets worse and worse.
continue.
It was good vodka, by the way.
Tito's.
Damn straight.
All right.
Okay. That's hey man.
That's better.
That kind of like
I'm a
it went-
Tito's guy, man.
Yeah, hey, bro. This story just elevated.
Yeah. So anyway, so he's
Mine
stomping on
got
the.
elevated just off the ground a little bit.
So literally, this guy is like stomping on the gas, like he's barely stopping at stop signs. He doesn't even look like he's going to stop at stop signs. So we actually get to one, and he's still speeding up, and we're like almost to the stop sign. And Jen goes, "Hey, there's a stop sign right there." And he goes, "What?" And we're like, And so I kind of laugh, haha, like a very nervous laugh, like, oh my god, I think like I'm gonna get sick, and I'm just thinking in my head, I'm like, I'm basically drunk enough that if we did get in a car crash, it probably wouldn't hurt that bad.
Probably were pretty relaxed.
Oh my god. So then she finally says, "Hey, I'm a bad driver and you're freaking me the hell out. You need to slow down." He goes, "Haha, oh, okay." So basically what this guy did, we asked him. Okay,
Hold on, you got a woman to admit she's a bad driver?
Yeah.
Whoa, maybe
That's
there's
what I'm
there's the
saying.
light
Can
at
I?
the end of
Can
the
I?
tunnel.
Can
Yeah.
I?
Should we
What
write
was
this?
What was this Uber driver's name?
His name was Keith and he was from up north.
All
Ladies
right.
and gentlemen,
So,
get on Uber.com
what-
and
With your
write
wife,
Keith
with
a
your
good
lady.
review.
Take your lady with you.
Listen this.
How far
Listen.
north?
What he did was he was driving to see his girlfriend in Downey that was flying to Chicago. But he was driving from the Bay Area.
All the way down?
All the way down. And if he caught a freaking call to...
He would do it.
He would do it. But it's like 10 miles away from 99, so it just didn't even make any sense. He's actually giving us a ride. I'm freaking the hell out, okay? So we're going on we're literally getting on the freeway, and you know
crazy.
the circles? The circles that go on and off the freeway. He's stomping on the gas like we're gonna go off the edge. I swear to God, this is like worse than a roller coaster.
Were you guys at that point, as Aerosmith would say, living on the edge?
You know what? We were living on the edge, and if at any point in time I could have got out of that vehicle, I probably would have.
No, check this out. If this was written in a movie, I would be like, this movie is ridiculous. Nobody is going to drive
Nobody's that
from the
stupid.
Bay to go to LA to meet their girl and then hop off in Bakersfield
Yeah.
to catch an Uber, an
It
extra
made-
$10 on Uber.
How much was that Uber ride?
$15.
$15.
$15, and oh my God!
Uber that cheap? I thought it was like $50 or $60.
No,
a ride.
no way!
it's
It's like
Dude, what's up with
15 bucks.
DDI then? I'm not ever using DDI.
Dude,
Ed.
no, yeah,
What's
no.
DDI?
DDI, they take your
Well,
car.
they take your car, but that's like we just literally
Take my car.
So if you
Hey, DDI, you're never getting the keys to my car.
here's what
You're
happens.
talking
With,
about
here's
weird
what happens
bad
with
design.
DDI. You go, you're like, oh, I'm not gonna party that hard tonight. I'm just gonna go and chill with my friends. And then Jeremy meets up with you. And he's like, no, we're partying, we're raging.
we're gonna rage.
We're raging.
If Jeremy, if
I
the
brought
Fight
it to
Swami
the-
shows up,
The fight's on.
then
Fight Swami will be like,
the
oh,
raging is on me.
bro, you didn't know it's panic hour, right,
What does this have to do with DDI?
dude? Because then you need you.
Then
How
I
are you
need
gonna
DDI.
how are you gonna
You
drive
need
your car?
home, man.
You can't even walk, let alone drive.
Because you need your.
Because you
Okay,
hooked up
what
with
they
the
do
Fight Swami.
Why don't I just get an Uber?
at the time.
Exactly,
Uber,
he doesn't
Uber,
know about
No,
this.
Uber did not exist.
No, you're right.
At that time,
Oh, okay.
right? So it existed, but not in Bakersfield.
So
right?
it's like a social network for drivers, chauffeurs. or
these
something?
these dudes. They bring two cars.
It's like a cab with my car.
They bring two cars. They
Do you need
let
two?
a person out.
You just need one, right?
They yeah, you're right. They bring two people in one car, and then one of those people drives your car.
Don't give me that look again.
See, ladies and gentlemen, this is called
I'll
a
fucking
bad
give you
business
whatever
model.
You know, but damn, they would charge you. It was like, but I was like, yeah, it's worth it because now I don't have to go get my car in the morning, right?
But if
I
you
don't-
just leave your car there, jump in a freaking.
Because who in the morning after a long night of drinking is like, yeah, I want to go get my car first thing in the
No,
morning.
you know what happens to me is I'm ready to go somewhere the next day,
you're
and
like,
I go
"Oh,
out,
shit."
and I go outside, and my car isn't there, and I think for a minute there, I go, oh my God, my car's stolen, and then I remember, oh, That's right.
I was
left it
raging.
I left it 10 miles away because I met up with Carl.
All right, continue your Uber story. I'm sorry I hijacked that story.
Steven's movie quote though, don't they make Transporter 8 already? That's the same movie he's talking about.
Yeah, good point, right?
Dude, we were almost
Transporter 8
literally-
sponsored by Uber. The whole thing is really
It's like
just
not
about
even
a
the same.
stressed out Uber
It's not even
driver.
the same transporter anymore either. I don't know if you guys know that.
So-
it's like not even Jason Statham.
Oh, yeah.
I had to actually like put fear into him. I was trying to put fear into him because I was like, okay,
Bro,
so
he didn't know you were a brown belt,
Yeah,
bro.
you didn't
No,
watch
but
Brown
like I
Belt?
wasn't like calling him out like that. I was like, okay, so you're
That's
gonna
where
need
you
to.
went wrong.
Okay, I was like, okay, so there's some cars coming up. You're gonna have to slow around whenever you go in this circle to get back off of the freeway. You're actually gonna have to slow down just a little bit. And
Anytime
he-
you have to give driving advice to your driver, to your Uber
Hey, the
driver,
windows-
it's time to pull over and get
the
out of the
windows
car.
were down. He had no air
I
conditioning.
have to do that right now though.
Okay, we're on the freeway, and obviously the wind was blowing a little hard, so he rolled up his window and left all of ours down. I have a woman in the back seat, and her hair is blowing everywhere.
And Tara is like, she's already a chicken egg.
I don't even want to turn around and look backward because I'm like, I know the face. She's just gonna have like this face. It's like crazy, right? So
That's
I'm all-
not her namaste face.
And it's, no, absolutely not. No zen was going on that face. Let's put it that way.
Did a
Okay,
cowboy
so-
hat cover it up though? I mean, what is
No, the cowboy hat didn't. So anyway, so like I literally turn around and she's leaning over to the middle. Like there's nothing you're gonna do. The person's gonna crash. She can't even. The guy can't even hear her because the wind's blowing in his ear. He can't even take advice from her. So she's leaning over like this, and her mouth is open. Her eyes are wide open. She's like staring at me, and I just literally started laughing, dude. It was so funny. So then, like, we actually get into downtown, and I can say, okay, here's where all the police officers are. We can't be going too fast, and we're not in that big of a hurry.
Maybe this was an episode of Transporter.
I'm telling you, and we ended
Did he
up
know martial arts?
No. He was very awkward. I didn't like him at all.
Oh, surprise! The crazy Uber driver driving 60 miles an hour down Niles
Yeah.
was awkward.
Yeah.
creepy.
He was super creepy. The only thing he really like, he was trying to comment on of some music or something, and I really didn't. At that point, you're not really listening to anything. All you're thinking about is your life. Okay, so basically, he pulls over.
He's like, "Hey, bro, do you like Wilco?" And you're like,
Yeah.
"Shut the fuck up."
Yeah. It's like, can you just like pay more attention to the vehicle than so? And anyway, so he's like, so where should I pull you? I said, just now, right now. And like literally, we got off at a stoplight and just like jumped out and we walked like 2 blocks.
Did you tip him?
Hell no, I didn't tip him, but I actually
He got you there faster.
Do you
right?
pay off of so Uber? Do you pay off like PayPal or something? How does that transaction work? You don't have to give them money. 'cause
No, there's no money. You don't have to tip them or anything. It's not like a Lyft. Yeah, all it is it's on your credit card.
Yes.
Literally, you already.
Can you use PayPal or no?
Yes.
Okay.
You can use PayPal too. You can. All you gotta do is put it on a card and literally request pickup. No money exchanges hands. So like no robberies are ever going to happen or anything like that.
Yeah.
So and then you literally get out and then your fare stops and then you actually rate each. Technically, you're supposed to rate each other. And
How many stars did you give him?
How many do you think I gave him?
I-
Knowing me,
Is
how
there?
many?
Can you actually give 0?
0 to 5?
Can you give 0?
You gave him 5.
No, you gave him 0.
I gave him 4.
Well, you gave him a 4. You're a pussy.
I
Got there in
know.
5 minutes.
You know what?
man.
You know what Jeremy does though.
I did comment though.
Do you know what Jeremy does? Do you know what Jeremy does? Okay, all you guys that follow us on Facebook, the Fight Swami, he has a dirty little secret about his Facebook game, right?
I know where you're going.
Jeremy will post stuff that he really thinks. He will post stuff.
This is getting edited, right?
He will post stuff that he
Oh,
really
no, it is
thinks.
not.
Not now.
He posts stuff that he really thinks, and then he will edit it.
I
or-
delete shit. Too.
or delete his post.
Absolutely.
He'll.
That is a weird
started-
function on Facebook.
I-
Well, I don't
I-
want to know that you edited it.
You have no idea. I deleted something like the other day. It started uproar in like
Oh,
3 minutes.
what did you delete
I'm not
the
gonna
other day?
Talk about it.
He
I'm
del-
not talking about it.
We'll talk about that offline.
I like how you're being
Offline.
secretive.
But he deletes stuff, right? And it's because he's like, he's go, and he posts stuff, and he's like, oh shit, I shouldn't have posted that. And then he'll see with me though. I'm the exact opposite. Once some shit goes public for me, I'm just like, fuck it. Let's see what happens. Let's see how many people I piss off. You know what I mean?
If you follow me on Facebook, it's only going to be about jiu-jitsu for these very reasons. I want no Facebook drama.
It's
all
not-
of my
I don't
friends on
post drama stuff.
I'm not
but-
saying that
all
you
of my
do,
friends
but-
on Facebook, can you not check your Facebook every 3 minutes? Because then that gives me enough time to actually think about what I wrote.
Gives me a conscience.
Yeah, think about what I wrote. Read it to my kids.
You guys
know?
remember watching cartoons as a kid, right? And you got like the little like devil Mickey, and then the angel Mickey Mouse, on each shoulder.
Jeremy has the fight Swami on one shoulder and his gains on the other shoulder.
And the gains keep winning.
The gains are dominant, man.
The gains are dominating.
Truthfully, I'm skipping those now, Jeremy. I'm just getting sick of them.
What?
Your gain. I'm over here at the thing working out, getting big.
Getting super old.
He's
Those
saying
gains do
he's
inspire
saying
you.
that
You look,
all
you
he
look the
does.
same size, Jeremy. You gotta look
Jeremy, you've been working out for a year and you look the same.
You're looking hella lean, though, man.
No, it is man. Jeremy's a fun guy, and that is funny. We'll joke about that all the time. We're actually doing editing jokes on each other on Facebook, like where we were making it seem like we were saying like really jacked up stuff when we really weren't. You know what I mean? We would edit our original statement to make the other person seem like a dick. So it was actually a good time. So that edit function on Facebook is actually pretty clever because you can really mess what people say up. You know what I mean? Like they comment on something and then you change your post. And then it makes them look like an asshole. You know what I mean? That's what we were doing on Facebook for.
Yeah, but it lets you know that you edited it. Like,
Well, yeah,
it
but-
says it. I'm like, Google Plus doesn't say that you edited it.
Yeah,
I'm like,
it does.
gosh, spell-
But that's
soon.
good though, right? Because then people know that you're really not an asshole, and they get the joke. They actually go in and look at the
Yeah.
edited portion of it, and they're like, "Oh, he's really not."
Oh
an
wait,
asshole.
you can click edited and go look at it.
Yeah, you can see what they edited.
Oh, I never knew that. Hey, you learn something new every day.
Yeah, so we would.
Damn it! Now I have to go through all these posts. I'm like, oh man, I really screwed up on how to spell that word.
Yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
I can do that now since I got rid of that stupid Windows phone.
Yes.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Frankie Whispers actually had a Windows phone. He's one of the 10 people that bought into that whole.
He's one of the I won't even say 10. Let's keep it real. He was like one of the 2 people that
I
bought
was
into
being
that
generous. I actually met another one.
phone. Well, that was the other guy.
You met this guy.
You
In-
met him.
in
Like
Bakersfield.
63 megapixels, but it doesn't do anything else.
All right, guys.
Watching movies was fantastic on that thing.
Oh, I bet it was.
Was the pixel count was pretty good or what? But who watches
1080p. What's the
who watches phone like movies on their phone though, dude? I don't know. If I'm gonna watch a movie, if I'm gonna be in that place that long, I like to watch it on a TV. So, all right, everyone, it's been fun. We've
like always?
yes, it has been fun. We've been drinking these Deschutes Pine Drops IPA. Been a blast. Jeremy's Uber story was super funny, but you know what Jeremy missed out of that about that whole story? He didn't tell us about the concert.
Dude,
That is a very. Hold on. Let's just all take a moment and let's have a moment of silence for the fact that concert sucked so bad that the Uber story was better than it. So, ladies and gentlemen, for sure
Concert
you're not
rocked.
downloading any of that stuff on iTunes.
dude, it was
You were
so
playing with
awesome.
your phone over there. You weren't even thinking about that concert. You were just thinking
No,
about that Uber
my
driver.
phone wouldn't work. Or else, no, I'm telling you, that concert was legit. It was
Nobody
so,
buys that. Listen,
I don't
it's life is about enthusiasm, and if you say
it was almost as good as Radical Something.
Here's Jeremy right now. He's like, I had so much fun. It was like, no, like literally out of, if I could have saw anyone that night, I would have chose, what was it called? Phoenix Bullshit?
Phoenix Horizons.
Frontier? The name of the band?
What is the name of the band? We already forgot the name.
Georgia Line.
Florida. Okay, yeah.
Is that a real band?
Florida?
You're not trolling us.
Dude,
That's the
I'm
legit-
telling you, there was at least 1,000 people there.
Oh man, that must have been crazy. 1,000 people to watch a shitty band and rob a bank
might have
that
been-
holds 14,000 people.
It was. I was gonna say actually 100,000.
Yeah, I think that the,
There was people like literally in the rafters. Dude.
No, yeah, I
Like,
believe it.
Seated in the rafters.
Oh,
there was
yeah.
so many fucking people.
were
They
wearing
probably didn't
yellow
block off-
jackets with flashlights.
yeah.
I think more people go to hockey than.
More people go to watch the Condors and they lose all the time.
Nobody
I have
cares.
some awesome video for anybody that wants to see it. Just let me know, and I will post it on
Let
the
me- let me
Sweet
guess how it
Podcast.
sounds.
Yeah,
also
that's
notice that
page.
none of us jumped in right immediately
No
to
one was
interrupt
like,
and say
yeah,
we want to hear that
Can
right
you let
now.
me know? No one is gonna let you know because no one wants to see that shit.
Let me guess how it sounds.
Yeah, Jeremy's one of those guys that actually he videos the concert that you're trying to YouTube search, late at night. You're like, I really want to hear this song, and it's pulling up those YouTube videos of the guys in the front row. Yeah, you guys can all thank Jeremy on his
but no
personal
one is
Facebook
gonna
page.
be looking up this song.
Because nobody's ever heard of the band.
Yeah.
There's no song to look up.
I'm sorry, guys, for telling you my life.
No. Do not apologize about the Uber story.
That the
We
Uber
are
story
all
is great.
Very thankful for the
But
Uber
if
story.
it wasn't for the country band, the Uber story would have never happened.
No, I appreciate.
Also, we are
the
thankful to
fact.
Florida Georgia Line for making music so that the Uber story could happen. We do.
Hold on. When did it? You went and saw them on
Last night.
I appreciate.
Last night.
Okay, let me finish this.
And you're
I
here?
appreciate the fact that this band plays such shitty music that they have to book a venue
Thursday.
on a Thursday night in Bakersfield. So
they're
you
so
and Jen
goddamn
can
busy.
go watch them.
They're
so
so goddamn busy.
They're so busy that they can only squeeze Bakersfield in,
On a
who is like
Thursday.
literally like one of the biggest country communities
Yes,
in
this is
California.
like Nashville #2, and they got 1,000 people to show up
on a Thursday.
Hey, Rodney Carrington playing this weekend, right? Isn't he like on a Sunday night?
I
Who
think
does
it's
it on
time
a
to close the
Sunday night?
podcast.
Yeah.
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 All right.
Who's Rodney Carrington?
Oh my god.
Jeremy,
Well,
who's
ladies and gentlemen,
Rodney
I think
Carrington.
that concludes
Rodney
our 1 hour of country.
I
Yeah,
got,
I didn't
I got
know.
invited to that. I was like,
I
it's
don't
my
know
daughter's
what it is.
birthday.
That's my daughter's birthday. You know your band sucks
I'm
when
gonna
I'm
be-
giving my daughter's birthday as an
I'm
excuse.
gonna be washing my eyebrows.
All right, guys. As always, it's been a fucking fun time. Been hanging out with my boys here, drinking some Deschutes Pine Drops. I also brought Deschutes Fresh Squeeze. That's one of my favorite IPAs. Everyone loved that one as well.
as well.
Yeah.
You didn't like
Yeah.
it?
Oh,
No.
sorry. No. Sorry. Steve did not like Pine Drops.
Tastes like a campfire.
It's because Steve doesn't really. His palate is so. It's like so
It hasn't developed
basic
yet.
at this point.
Wait, Frankie whispers.
Were you raped? Like, campfire or
Hey,
something?
calm down over there at the other end of the table here.
Yeah.
Didn't you hate you? No, anyway, he hated that pine needle thing too.
No,
It tastes like
he
pine
was
needles in a
joking,
blender.
I
bro.
was joking.
He was joking
yeah,
because
sure
he likes
you
shitty
were.
beer. He was joking.
I'm
All
gonna
right.
say I hate everyone in beers now. So it doesn't matter what you guys bring.
Until you bring one, it's the best thing ever.
I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
until
say
until Frank brings something and like angels fucking come out of the sky, you know.
So it looks like a bug-eyed Rick James on the bar.
that transvestite.
All right, guys. As always, been fun. Check us out on iTunes, Stitcher. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter.
Follow us on Periscope.
Follow us on Periscope as well.
More so, follow us on Periscope than Twitter.
Yeah, you know what I was thinking about Periscope?
That it's awesome.
Yes, but
We just
okay.
need to learn how to use it better.
No, but what if someone is like, I'm gonna kill someone on Periscope? Man, isn't that crazy?
That's crazy.
I was thinking about that. On
You
the
know
way-
what would be even crazier is if people watch it
No, yeah,
and
yeah.
they're liking it or they're
No, yeah.
they're making comments.
No, I don't know if anyone has vetted that scenario or
how do you get involved?
pornography or something. You know what I mean? Like, kind of interesting. Anyway, follow us on Periscope. Follow us on Periscope, right?
We know what Carl's doing tonight.
Carl's gonna
listen,
be making something. Never mind.
listen, a deeper side of the Sweet Podcast.
You just like killed the whole mood.
No, I really thought about that though. I was driving over here and I was like, man, Periscope's kind of
kinda
weird.
dodgy,
you
right?
know? I don't know. Have they vetted all those
I think it's
scenarios?
just a tool, though. You know, it's like a hammer you can hammer a nail with, or you can hammer a head.
I mean, I
with,
guess
you know,
it's just
all
like
in the hands of
anything.
the beholder.
It's just like anything. Like you can post anything to YouTube before you know it'll probably get
Right.
taken down pretty quickly. So anyway, a lot of off topic tonight. So that's fun. We're trying to incorporate more off topic subjects as well. So
But hey, start training jujitsu if you don't. You know, we have the best school in Bakersfield, so show up. We got tons of classes. There's a class on 5 a.m. on Monday. You should definitely be there if you train at the school. Jeremy's not going to be there, but Carl and Frankie whispers.
I'm a continuous possibility. But I will elaborate on what Steve said. not just the best school in Bakersfield. I believe we're the best country in the world, or the best.
I think we're the best country in the world.
baby.
Listen, we're the best country in the world, and we have the best.
Is there a
school
gap
in the
there
world.
that
the best country
we
music
can
in the
edit
world
this
too.
out, right? I see
No,
that.
we're not editing anything.
Jeremy, you know he went over that. We can't mix it.
All right, so best gym in the country, best gym in the world.
Best coach.
I love my training partners, love my friends. So good night, guys. Been fun. Hope you guys enjoyed. Sweet podcast for life.
Sweet. Barato.